Hello everyone and happy World Ballet Day. I'm Remy Lamping and I'll be your host for today's streaming from the studios of the Polish National Ballet, where we'll take a glance into some rehearsals for our upcoming premiere of Giselle. Behind me, you can see a backdrop of Giselle's second act. It's a legendary painting by Andrzej Krojc-Majewski, a world-renowned Polish artist who was a true genius of set designing. He was the main set designer of the Polish National Opera for 39 years, and in that time he created numerous monumental designs for opera, ballet, and drama theaters. And it was him who created sets and costumes for the last two Giselles staged here, almost half a century ago. When mounting this new production of Giselle, the Polish National Ballet decided to revive the vision of this exceptional artist. Based on the archived blueprints and some elements still stored in the warehouses, our house's craftspeople recreated the original designs. Modern adaptation of the set has been done by Małgorzata Szabłowska, and the costumes have been done by Katarzyna Roth. Our upcoming production is therefore not only a long-awaited ballet classic, but also a tribute to this great artist, Andrzej Krojc-Majewski. Now that you have some idea of what the scenery will be like, let's switch to one of our studios where principals Chinary Alizade and Vladimira Yaroshenki are rehearsing their adagio from the second act.
A little bit. Good. Really nice. That was spot on there. If you can make a little bit quicker this reverence, it was beautiful. 1, 2, 3. So you know when the music goes, so you have it on that one there as you go. And for this one, just a little trick, I think, from when you're there. It feels not very nice on this thigh, but if you plie a little bit more and lengthen the leg, and really keep in the ground, it makes you very steady. Almost. And then when you're in the music, yeah. A lot of plie, yes, pushing the right, yes. And you know that lovely music there. If you can, it depends if the light is very strong, but if you can, that little bar just with the eyes, yeah. And on the penché, if you can be a little bit not so close, just so you're there. And one more thing, on the begging, I think it's prettier on the open leg. On this one that you're yes. Yeah, with the heel very turned out. Because this one, it's a little bit not so nice line as you go, yeah? Okay, Patrick, we're going to continue into the lifts. Patrick, and yes, we're going to continue into the lifts.
Of course.
Tiram, pa-pam. Thank you. Vladimir. And here. Lovely when you carry her far, we need to get it musical. Arms, Chinary. Arms, arms. Lovely. Okay, good. Just we need to get the partnership with the music on this one. It's great when you take her off from there, really sweep her off and move over there. I think it's a little bit too, takes a bit too long, doesn't it? That do you feel?
Too slow.
Yes, he's a little bit too slow, or otherwise the whole thing is going to be...
I can do slower, a little.
What do you think?
But after, it's always difficult.
I don't know, maybe...
Can we play?
Yeah.
Just the idea between us all and... Too much. I feel it's a bit too much.
They can push a little on.
That's what I'd like to try, yes. But preparation can be a little bit quicker.
The most important for me, it could be to have not to wait to stay regular. I can do slower in general.
Yes.
Yes. But not to have par one time and par because it will share your hands. Yes. That's not good.
And then for the third one, ta-tiam, but you know what we're intending. Ta-tiam, ta-ti-ta-yam, pa-pa-pa-pam. Because that third one, you've got a little bit less time of her off balance to do that. Yeah.
But Maina, you want to sing ta-ti-ta-ta, you want to push a little or stay
for them to go. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Right? But it's for you to go, not for him to go slower. No. I mean, not for him to go faster. So, yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Same again, please. Vladimir, lovely, yes. And beautiful. Keep that left arm low. Feel in length, yes. Yeah. Yes, you just need to bring her a little bit back a little bit sooner. I'm not sure about doing this with the arms. Better to stay. Because you're not flying away.
Giselle is probably the most iconic romantic ballet in history, and this year the Polish National Ballet is excited to have the privilege of having it staged by Miss Maina Gielgud, renowned ballerina and ballet director. After her dancing career, Ms. Gielgud specialized in the staging of great romantic ballets, and her true specialty is in style and interpretation. Let's take a minute and ask her a couple of questions. So what was your biggest inspiration choreographically when creating your version of Giselle?
I created my version having watched the ballet many times from a very young age, especially watched the mad scene and think, oh, I'd love to do that. So I'd practice in my bathroom all by myself in the front of a mirror there. And then I danced Myrta, the Queen of the Willies, many, many, many times. But I always wanted to do Giselle, of course. I loved Myrta, but Giselle was special. And I was very lucky because I was coached by many wonderful exponents of the role, including Anton Dolin, who staged many different productions all over the world. And he had been taught by the great Olga Spesivtseva, who was one of the greatest Giselles. She staged it at the Paris Opera, and Anton Dolin was her partner. And then in turn, as it happens in the ballet, the coaches go from one generation to the other, if lucky. And in turn, Dolin coached me when I was dancing it, and also Rosella Hightower. And she had been coached by Alicia Alonso, another great Giselle that I'm sure you've heard about. And then so I went on to dance both Giselle and the Queen of the Willies many times. And when I became director of the Australian Ballet, I staged my own production of it, which is very much inspired by the Dolin productions that I knew, and also another wonderful production is that of Mary Keeping for English National Ballet, which I also performed in. And both Dolin and Mary Keeping really knew about romantic style, and that style meant and means a great deal to me, because I think it's just so important in the classics that one understands that each ballet, Swan Lake, completely different, even from Sleeping Beauty, let alone from a romantic ballet. Automatically, the head, the neck, the upper body, the épaulements are different. So all those people that I worked with and the ballets that I saw just made me love it so much. And to have the privilege of staging it has been so special, because I've realized this is my 5th company for which I'm staging it, but it's the first one where I'm going to have 24 Willies.
Wow. So what would you say are the biggest differences in your version of Giselle compared to other versions in different companies?
I try and remain traditional, traditional in the style, but also traditional in the choreography, because this is one of the few ballets that has been transmitted pretty much step for step from generation to generation. So there are not huge differences in the actual steps. Sometimes a little bit. What I have is that the crowning of Giselle as queen of the vintage of that year happens separately from when the hunting party come to visit. So Giselle actually does her solo in some versions for the hunting party as a thank you for the necklace that's been given to her. But in my version, I have the thank you as the peasant pas de deux do it, and Giselle dances later when Albrecht is there. So her dance is much more improvised than a party piece, as it is if she does it as a thank you to the party that's come, and that she's very much on her best behavior. There with Albrecht, she just lets her happiness go.
So what would you say is the most challenging part for the dancers in your version of Giselle?
I think it's always to understand that difference in style, not to believe that in a so-called classical, traditional full-length ballet, an arabesque is an arabesque like you do it in class, a sisson is a sisson as you do it in class. It's the different feeling, the different musicality, the different body language with the same steps. that actually makes classical ballet so fascinating. And for the dancers to, because often nowadays dancers do so much contemporary work and do it so well and use fully their bodies. But when they're doing classical work, they feel, oh, I have to have a corset on and I have to be straight and I have to be on my balance. And with romantic works, the interesting thing is that it's how you use the capacity to be on balance, to go off balance, and appear then to be floating. So I often tell the dancers, think you're doing a contemporary ballet. Forget all the classical, what's in your head, and let it go.
Well, thank you very much, Maina. Let's take a look back into the studio where they're busy rehearsing the second act of Giselle, the scenes of the Willies. From Taglioni's La Sylphide in 1832 to Fokines' Les Sylphides almost a century later, the image of ghostly women chasing men through the woods at night was a common motif of the 1800s, and the Willies are the essence of romanticism in Giselle. Let's take a moment to speak to their boss, Natalia Pasiut, who dances the role of Marta in Giselle. Natalia, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So tell us, who is Martha for you, and how are you creating her character?
Martha is for sure a mystery for me because we actually don't know what's her background, we don't know what's her story. We just know that she is a spirit, that she was betrayed by a man in her past. And she became a queen of Willies, who are the ghosts of a woman who got also betrayed and hurt by a man before getting married. So I think I'm still looking for her. I'm trying to discover her because I just have to imagine her story and to put it into the body and my face and the movements.
Right. So what is the most challenging part of this character for you?
If we look at first, when we see her dancing, I think we would say it's jumping part and the challenge of technique. But for me, I think the hardest is to still, besides jumps, besides this, tiredness, to still be in the role. And even if I'm so tired and I have to stand for almost a full act, I still have to become an ice cold and very frozen person, very, stable and controlled in a way, and almost like no breathing. So I think that's the hardest part. I was counting today how many jumps I'm doing because it seems like I'm doing more than a male character in this ballet, and I think I do around 80 kind of jumps, so it's more than Albert, so it's a lot. But for me, the most challenging thing is to still be in this character and create storyline inside myself.
Wow. Well, that was really inspiring. Thank you so much, Natalia. I can't wait to share the stage with you. Now, let's head to another rehearsal where Mai Kageyamy and Patryk Walczaka are rehearsing the second act coda.
You need a bit quicker, no? Wow. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Do you think that started a bit too slow?
I don't know, I managed.
Yeah, you did manage.
I will manage.
You super managed, yeah.
So I don't want to experiment. It's like I will adjust.
Yeah, I understand, yes.
So it wasn't like super too slow.
Very wise. Yeah, very wise. The build-up. Shock to the system. When the Queen has said her bit, you've got 8. You may want to go a bit earlier. I don't have to set it up. Do you?
But not too early.
But not too early. Yeah, just so it's a conversation as we go. And then I love it that you're using arms and not doing en chassis like in class, like this. Are you setting it first towards the Queen? Help me. Then up to that, and then the last one's back to her. If you want, you could do, because Giselle's just gone off there. So some part of it you could do, yes. If you're starting to her, then you're up. Giselle, could you help me? Something like that could be good, I think. Do you want to have another go? Yes? Okay, great.
I was just too early in the beginning. Also, going to her was too early, or?
Going to her is fine. Actually, just wait for instructions.
Yeah. I saw it in the mirror.
So we go again. Thank you. Coming for you from the diagonal. They're coming from the side. A little bit later. ta-da-dum, pa-pum, pa-pum, pa-pum. You here dance. I was going to take pity on you, but then I thought, no, he needs to be danced to death. Yeah, they're fabulous. They're fabulous. They're really, really good. I think you just need, but you would know. Take a little bit longer for the first ones, I think, before you go to this one, because you sort of ran out of possibilities there. Great. Good.
Checking already.
Beautiful thesis. We'll pick it up from this one, and you'll show me what you have. It's peculiar because you can look tired, you need to look tired, but in the right way, of course. Yeah. So this one, you can put an accent down there and then coming up as you go. Yeah. Ta-chum, pop-pom, pop-pom. Breathe. We're going to go into the step after Patrick and Martina. Okay. Yes. Aha. That's fantastic. Beautiful. Nice, huh? One. Wrong way. That's it. Good. Madej was great. Beautiful. Just don't invite her. Don't invite her. Just you can be after your last one. You can just be there. Just wait. Oh, if only. But don't invite her. It doesn't look right. These looked so good. So good. Oh. And the stage is bigger. The biggest stage in Europe, if not in the world.
That's all for today. Thank you for watching. A huge thanks to the Royal Ballet for inviting us again. Don't miss our premiere of Giselle on the 25th of November, and happy World Ballet Day to everyone.